Hey, what's going on, Hammer fam? Welcome back to another HammeredHead review. Today it's the Episode 1 R2-B1 Astromech droid with power harness. So one of the guys that serves on the Naboo Royal Starship. If you don't recognize him, it's because he's only on screen for like 3 seconds before he gets blown the up. But thank goodness we got an action figure of him. I think the image on the card back is okay. It looks like really small and kind of distant. But again, he's not really on screen that much, so they didn't have a lot to go off of. Get a ComTech chip, which is always great. I think he looks pretty good in there. I'm excited to take him out and see especially that power harness because that's a more unique accessory. There's a lot of empty space up here. So they probably could have gone with like a smaller bubble. I think it looks kind of wasteful. But whatever. And then looking at the back, R2-B1 Astromech droid. A blue Astromech droid sporting yellow trim, R2-B1 is one of a fleet of mechanics on the Naboo Royal Starship. It risked its circuits to perform repairs while under heavy incoming fire. Well, and it risked them and it died too, so sucks for him. It just says that he has 8 different expressions interacting with aliens, Jedi, and Naboo security. Doesn't actually say what those expressions are, so I might have to just make up some Astromech sounds. But yeah, that's it. Pretty basic box, as is standard for Episode 1. But the figure looks good, so let's open him up. There he is. He looks phenomenal. I really like that whole setup with the power charging station. You can see how well he fits into it. And just all around, it's a good look. We'll take a closer look at the station later, but just to look a little closer at the figure, I think the paint choices are fantastic. That's a great shade of yellow to accent the darker blue. And then on his dome, there's like some shiny parts, some more blue on like his eye and these panels. And then just all around the yellow throughout the whole body, I think looks really good. Pretty good detailing on the front. Not amazing, but not crazy. There is this one little defect up here that I assume was like a factory issue. It's not the end of the world. And I like this joint on his, I guess, like shoulders. So the painting is great. The issues I have with it, there's no middle leg, which kind of looks awkward when he goes into like movement mode. Like you can really tell something is missing there. And he also has no ankle articulation, which isn't a huge deal for an Astromech, I guess. It's more so just missing the middle leg is the issue. But other than that, he looks great. Standing upright is probably the best way to display him, so you're not like missing that, pretty critical piece there. But then he's got full rotation in the legs, of course, and the dome clicks when you rotate his head. So all in all, I think they got a little lazy, missing some aspects of the sculpt, but the paintwork easily makes up for it. The accessory is really fun. I think the power charging station is a really cool concept. It's a great world building piece. So if you have like a ship or maybe an operations center or something where droids need to be stored, this is the perfect piece to just like add into that. It's actually painted pretty well, and it has these pegs on it, so you can just slide them right in. And his feet can go right into the pegs, so he's a perfect fit, really securely in there. I think that looks really good. So then you can just like plug him into the wall somewhere, and he's just chilling. And then, of course, we get the sound chip with a really good picture of him here. I think this looks a lot better than it did on the card back, to be honest. Name R2-B1, status Astromech droid on the Naboo Royal Starship. And again, there weren't specific lines because he's just like an Astromech, but let's see if I can do it. And one last thing, there is a sort of translucent hole on the top of his dome where if you shine a light through, it kind of makes his eye glow. So that's a cool feature. I don't know how you would do that in a display to specifically target that without having a light like directly over the guy's head. But if you figure it out, I think that's actually kind of a cool effect. That's about it for R2-B1. It's a pretty basic figure, but that power harness he comes with is a really cool accessory, and I think the paintwork is just fantastic. So despite his simplicity, especially with the missing leg, I do really like the guy. He's one of my favorite Astromechs just based on his appearance alone. But let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to follow on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Check out the Patreon page, and don't forget, stay hammered.